Nope. There was the fear again.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. Hey, look at PG. PG, why you so mad? There was John, sitting with two other boys wearing God. There was John, sitting with two other boys wearing Normal Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Was a picture. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait, he was PBG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Boots Club? Suddenly, all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob. Again with that word that I don't know how to pronounce. You moved from Amararisu, right? I nodded and swallowed again. Then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. Hey, that's right. What would Mai do in this situation?
Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amaririsu Public High School.
Oh, I actually kind of got it right now. Amararisu. Amararisu. Okay. Can I want to hear that again.
Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amaririsu Public High School.
Amararisu. Okay.
I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
Oh, the Normal Boots Club will take great care of you, girl. I bowed my head to the class and they clapped politely. When I looked up, PBG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Maybe he always looked like that. Thank you. You may be seated. Oh. I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. It was the Prebes. I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. Uh-oh. Oh no. What was his problem? Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. Mai stretched her arms over her head and yawned. Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring. Weren't you looking forward to this morning? Something about exciting things happening? Well, yeah, but it already did. You met JonTron, didn't you? Now I've got nothing left to look forward to. And I was hoping to see Jirard before class, too. She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would be happening a lot. Is Jirard really that hot? According to the YouTubes. My snap neck. Mai's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing. What did you say? If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen.
What?
What? Anyways, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry. Oh. I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout class, but I worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, I might do some permanent damage to it. I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put something in my locker first.
Oh no.
But if we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns. Oh. That's okay, I'll just go on ahead. Come find me, okay? Alright. I was so lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Kanto. Oh, the music kind of freaked out there. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and emptied out some of the textbooks I didn't need. I smiled to myself. My introduction went well. Good thing Mai was there to give me that little boost of confidence. Especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria? It might just be the way that he is. Or was. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. Cheered? That's kind of a weird phrasing. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. I think I've had melon bread before. I think that's what it was. It was pretty good. Where is she? I couldn't see her anywhere, and there were almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food and splitting the cost for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious, and very alone. Isn't there anywhere I can sit? Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. Dum dum. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it. I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Sorry, I was adjusting my little filter. Well, no wonder, he was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room. And he was wearing a jacket just like the normal Boots Club's, but different. Yeah, that's kind of like Hidden Club for you. A gold and gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club? Or maybe he was friends with them?
Hey!
Hey, what?
Hana!
Oh, Mai. Oh, my. Mai appeared between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. His spagooter. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. Oh. I looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on. She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong?
Wow!
You are so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is brutal, Moose. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club. Hidden Block Club, rather. The Hidden Block Club? Yeah, the rival club of normal boots. He's really weird. I mean... She looked around her to make sure no one was listening in, but we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. Whoa. What does that even mean? Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him, especially since you've already gotten to know some of the normal Boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you.
Really?
What? Is that what you thought it was? Either Maya was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Or maybe she knows what's up. Oh, totally. It was so cute. It's just like my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together. You know, typical stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's happening. So, now that you're in good with PBG, can you introduce me to Jirard? Oh, was that what she was getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal Boots guys? That couldn't be the case, though. She was so nice. Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What?
What? Why would you think that?
Well...
He was glaring at me. Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle. Wait, a triangle now? I can see it. Stars practically erupted from their eye. Oh, sorry, I thought that was... thought she was saying that for a second. Stars practically erupted from her eyes. Just... PBG, I can't. But Hana, I love you. But my maidenhood. Where are you going with this? I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself. Okay. I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair. That's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still. I searched my mind, eager to change the subject. That was an impressive scenario.
What?
What? No, it wasn't. I just made it up on the spot. Yeah, the audio speaks for itself. Oh, so that girl who was talking to me when we got separated. Mai told the story of her past friendship with this girl like they were eternal arch nemeses. Apparently, they had some bad blood. I'm not going to do it. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up and tossed our trays together. As I headed towards the door, though, Mai hesitated. Hey, I first got something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just going to go get it. I'll see you later, though, right?
See you later.
Oh, is she doing the drugs? The pot, is she on... are you on the pot? Okay, see you in class. I waved and Mai sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. And then there was Jan trying to get... No, I don't know. Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch and eating lunch on the lawn. Eating lawn on the lunch. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. Why I only have one? I smiled. Maybe this new school really would be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked like an abandoned hospital. Kinda does. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. There was nothing to do. I didn't even have a book to read. Whoops. I sighed. I should have brought it when I had the chance. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. A boy sat on the windowsill, and he jerked up when I came in. Dun dun. Shadow Man. He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was. But I see that jacket. Hello. I'm sorry, did I bother you? The boy stood and shook his head, then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Dun dun. Another Normal Boots jacket? This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boots Club. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Shane sat down on his desk, fidgeted with his hands a little, then turned to look at me. You're the new girl? I nodded. My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you. He nodded. Shane. Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This is my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it. I sat down at my desk, fiddling with my hands. There was nothing for it. I had to try to make conversation. You, Shane looked at me, unsmiling. You're part of the Normal Boots Club? Yes, I am. Why? He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me. Oh my god. I just saw your jacket, so I trailed off. The jackets are really cool.
Okay.
Yes, they are. He seemed skeptical, as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile. Are you, Mahana? I almost called you Mai. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious, like he does the drugs. Who that drug face? Surely he wasn't onto me already. Onto what? Maybe it was better not to risk it. But then I would just sit like a weirdo in here, just yeah. I chewed my lip and stared at my desk, trying not to think of what a loser I looked like. Shane's stare still stung me, hot in the side of my face. wasn't looking away. Finally, I turned to him, hoping to break the silence. When ninjas, ran into the room and did some sick kickflips and he beat the... Oh, okay, no. Okay. The classroom door swept open, and a small group of girls entered the classroom. Shane looked away. The atmosphere was broken. I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these normal boots guys? They're not normal at all. John was really nice when I spoke with him, but PBG and Shane seemed to hate me. They were anything but... Hey! I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Oh no. Class came and went, the bell rang, and I was alone. PBG stared at me for the entirety of the class period, his face growing more and more menacing by the minute. What the... PBG isn't even that, he's such a goofball in his videos. The thought of him being, this super serious, moody guy is so funny to me. How his face wasn't stuck in a permafrown, I would never know. Shane and John didn't bother talking to me as they left the classroom, and the other students paired up around me. Your name is very awkward, Miss. Miss? Oh wait, hold on. Miss? Hey, Mimi, would you like to engage in a casual discourse this evening? Yeah, of course. But why are you talking like that? What? What just happened? I gathered up my things and headed to the dorm. Ah, the pink walls again. With a sigh, I unlocked the door to my dorm room. As soon as the door opened, I heard... Whoa. That.
What?
Mai and I lay on a heap of the floor. Wait, what? Hold on. One more time? Okay. Lay in a heap? Yeah, okay. Hold on.
What?
Alright, I'm done with that. That was silly. I'm so glad you're back. She wrapped her arms around my head and nuzzled me. What are you doing? Come, look. Yeah, look, everything's different. She got off me and helped me to my feet. Without Mai's face filling my vision, I saw that something had changed. Oh my goodness! The dorm room looked nothing like what it had before. The posters and fairy lights were still up, but now the window had light pink curtains on it that cast a warm haze around the room. A brand new white carpet was on... I don't see a white carpet. It was on the floor. Pillows were piled high in a mountain on the top bunk of the bed. Of the bunk bed. Even our chairs had been replaced with cushy new leather ones. What happened here? Sorry I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. I thought this would come in yesterday, but it was delayed by a day. I wanted to set it up to be a big surprise. I'm still not done yet, though. She gestured to some small potted plants arranged in neat rows on her desk. Want to help?
Yeah.
No! Do I ever? We finished setting the room up, switching a few objects here and there in order to better facilitate the feng shui of which Mai told me was excruciatingly important. She especially wanted to make sure our room was filled with reds and pinks and coupled items, though for what purpose I wasn't sure. We collapsed with heavy sighs on the floor, then heaved great big yawns. Yee. It's not even the end of the day yet. I'm so tired. Me too. Wait! She shot up suddenly with a jolt. We should get some ice cream.
Really?
Ice cream! Ice cream, really?
Yeah!
Something to celebrate being roommates. The ice cream here on campus is genuinely good, I promise.
I don't know.
And I'm paying. Well, well, if that's the case, you made an offer I can't refuse. Sweet, let's go. School shop was in a side building off the cafeteria, packed with instant noodles and giant bottles of soda. Students wandered the aisles aimlessly, clearly here more to spend time than money. I paid the cashier and we grabbed our ice cream cones. Mine, the one covered in sprinkles. Whoa, this is delicious.
Yeah!
Isn't it? We're lucky to have such good food on campus. This place would be awful if we didn't. I nodded and was about to respond when I noticed a commotion outside. Ooh, let's go see what's going on. Mai grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. There, 3 boys wearing normal boots jackets were shouting at each other, each of their faces turning purple. This again?
What?
What are you talking about?
Mamma mia!
Why did Paul say Mamma Mia? What? Oh my god. I am clearly the only one who possesses the proper masculine form. Yeah, right, I'm taller than you and more attractive to boot. Come on, guys. Can you not see these muscles? Nick pulled back the sleeve of his jacket and flexed his arm. These guys are always going on about weird stuff like this. They're very energetic. Oh yeah? Josh got into the downward facing dog yoga pose and grinned. Look at this butt. Just look at it. What I don't understand is why they don't just ask Jirard. Oh yeah? Paul kneeled low to the ground, then took off at a sprint, heading straight for us.
Yeah!
Check this out. He sprang into the air in a graceful ballerina's leap, spinning through the sky, and finally came straight for me? Wait, hold on. Oh god. When I opened my eyes, I was sprawled flat to the ground, covered in dirt. Something cold and wet oozed in the top of my blouse. What is it? It's blood. Hunter, are you okay? I sat up. Chunks of ice cream fell from my blouse to my skirt. What happened? You ran into someone, you idiot. My uniform. It's ruined. For a few seconds, silence, then snickers rippled around me like the whining of cicadas. My throat closed up, water stinging my eyes.
No!
Not this again. Not again. I stood up, prepared to walk away with dignity, when the entirety of the Normal Boots Club suddenly appeared in front of my face.
What's up?
What happened here? Seriously? Tears slid down my face. No, not here. I didn't want to cry in front of them.
Hey.
Hana, are you alright? I'm going home.
Hana.
Wait, Hana? It's fine. I just want to be alone for now. Oh, it took all of my will not to run back to the dorm. So I ran back to the dorm. I immediately changed into my pajamas and climbed into bed, reaching for my stuffed rabbit. Not Rabby. Rabbi? What am I going to do if this ends up just like last time? Oh, Mr. Bunny. Mr. Bunny stared at me with his big, lifeless eyes. I squished him to my chest, losing myself in his soft fur. The door opened with a soft click.
Hana.
Are you okay? I rolled over in bed to face the wall, pretending to be asleep. Mai stood in the center of the room for a while, looking at me. Finally, she sat down at her desk and began to work on something. The sound of her pencil scratching against the paper stilled in my mind. I don't know how many hours passed, but eventually I fell asleep.